Hi guys, and welcome back to Hair with Hollie. So today what we're going to be doing is this really cool Nicole Scherzinger look, kind of inspired by our latest Boomerang video. So we're starting off with a high quiff and then we're going to slick it back into a pony for a really cool sleek look. So we're just going to start off by running the straighteners over the hair just to get rid of any kinks, because this is quite a sleek look. So starting all the way from the root and around the sides of the head, just run your straightener all the way down to the tips until you get quite a sleek look. So to start constructing the volume at the front of the hair, we're going to section off the hair just using about the ear as a guide and going straight up over the head until you get to the other side. So this is going to be our poof. So with the rest of the hair, we're just going to pull it out of the way. Pop a little bobbin on it. So for the quiff at the front part, we're going to section the hair off again. So just about a ½ inch section. It's closest to the face. So this is going to cover up all the back combing and give it a real sleek look. There we go. Make sure that's all around, because this is going to like literally paper over the cracks, if you know what I mean. So, pin that out of the way. And then this remaining hair here is going to create the volume. So if you want to prep it with a bit of volumizing dust or some mousse, you know, if you have thinner hair, it's a good idea. Pop a little bit on there. And then, using a thick backcombing brush, it's just easier than a comb, just start to brush the hair back on itself, all the way back towards the roots. So keep going until the hair kind of stands up on its own, and then it's just a bit easier to maneuver, then you can just pick your heights. So once you're happy with the volume you have, just kind of brush the hair back into a quiff shape, making sure you're even with the volume on both sides. And then once you're happy, just pin it in place with a Kirby grip. So I'm just going to practice with a bit of hairspray, just to keep it nice and slick back, and it'll help the next layer of hair stick to it as well. We're going to take down the old hair that we've pulled back, and just giving it a little bit of back comb at the roots, just a little bit. And then we're just going to slick it back over the quiff and pin in place. See, this is why it's quite important that you straighten it at the start, because you don't want any little bits sticking up. And then just pin into place. So just using the end of your comb or your hands, just pull any shorter layers, any little flyaways back towards the end of the head. There we go. And the hairspray should kind of keep them all in place and give you a really sleek look. So if you want to leave the look here, that's perfect, but we know that Nicole loves a really high pony or a nice fishtail plait. So today we're going to do the really high ponytail with an invisible hair tie, which is just covering the existing bobbin with a little bit of hair. So we're going to start by just pulling the hair back, making sure the outer sections of the hair are really sleek. So I'm using my comb. And just all the time working up, so you get that lovely high pony. This is so much easier to do on yourself. There we go. Just grab your bobbin or your hair tie. I'm using a blue one here today, but it's a good idea to use one the same colour as your hair. So, we're just going to make this just a bit sleeker and kind of just a bit more formal. So, taking a section of hair from underneath the ponytail. You can plait this now if you want, but just wrap it around the bobbin, and once you've covered the entire bobbin, just going to pin it into place using a few Kirby Grips. There. So we're just going to finish this off with a good bit of hairspray. If you want, you could pop some gel on the sides just to give it that kind of wet look. So there you go guys, there's how to get a really cool Nicole Scherzinger look. Really sleek look, great for the weekend. So if you did like this video, please subscribe to Video Jug Beauty. And if you want to see me do American Ashley Olsen look, give this video a thumbs up please. And I'll see you next week with another fab hairstyle. Bye!